Have you ever wondered what would happen if your friend wasn't really himself? I always believed my son Ethan was a normal, sweet, and sensible kid. He had a rare honesty in everything he said. But after one night at his friend Ryan's house, everything changed. It was a night that still haunts me. The beginning of something strange. It all started with an unusual incident at school. One afternoon, I got a call from the principal. Ethan had thrown an eraser at a boy named Ryan, something completely out of character for him. He wasn't the kind of child to act out. When I asked him about it, his response sent chills down my spine. I didn't want to, but Ryan told me I had to. There was something off in his voice, like he wasn't just afraid of getting in trouble, but afraid of Ryan. Later that day, Ryan's mother Sarah called and invited Ethan over for a sleepover. She said Ryan had been feeling lonely, and this might help them bond again. She seemed like a kind and understanding woman, so I agreed, hoping it would ease whatever tension was between them. Before hanging up, she said something strange. Ryan, sometimes he likes to pretend he's someone else. It's just a phase. Her words stuck with me, but I brushed them off. Kids had imaginations after all. I didn't think much of it until it was too late. The sleepover that night, I dropped Ethan off at Ryan's house. It was an old Victorian-style home, a little worn down but still cozy in a strange way. Sarah welcomed us with a warm smile, but there was something about her eyes, like she was hiding something. Ethan hesitated at the doorstep. He didn't want to go in. "Do I have to stay?" he whispered to me. I reassured him that everything would be fine and left, convincing myself that I was just being paranoid. The night takes a dark turn. Everything seemed normal at first. The boys played video games in the basement, laughing and joking. But as the night deepened, something changed. At around 2 a.m., Ethan woke up. He didn't know why, but something felt wrong. Then he noticed it. A dim, flickering light coming from the bathroom. The door was slightly open, and inside Ryan was standing in front of the mirror. A half-burnt candle flickered on the sink, yet the flame didn't move, even though the window was open. Ethan watched, frozen in place. Ryan was whispering, but he wasn't talking to himself. His voice was deeper, raspier. It wasn't his voice at all. "He's here now." Ethan's stomach turned. Ryan kept repeating those words, but then his tone shifted. He started referring to himself as Mr. James. At first, Ethan thought maybe Ryan was just playing some weird game. But then, the candle went out. The entire house went completely silent. Something in the darkness. Ethan scrambled back to bed, his heart pounding. He pulled the covers over his head, holding his breath. Then he heard it. Footsteps. Slow, deliberate footsteps moving toward him. A shadow loomed over his bed. The air around him grew ice cold. Then, a whisper. But it wasn't in English. It was something else. Something old. Something he didn't understand. Suddenly, a freezing bony finger ran down his cheek. His body stiffened. He couldn't move. He couldn't even breathe. And then, a voice right next to his ear. "Good night, Ethan." The whisper slithered into his ears like a snake, filling his body with unbearable dread. And then, silence. Ethan stayed frozen under his blanket, too afraid to move. The air felt heavy, like something was still there, watching him. Somehow he managed to stay awake until dawn. As soon as the sun started rising, the atmosphere shifted. The air became lighter, warmer, and when he finally peeked out from under the covers, Ryan was sitting on the edge of his bed, smiling at him. The escape, Ethan didn't say a word. He didn't even look at Ryan as he grabbed his bag and rushed to the door. When I arrived to pick him up, he was already outside, waiting. As soon as he got in the car, he broke down in tears. He sobbed uncontrollably, his whole body shaking. It took nearly 10 minutes to calm him down enough to speak. When he finally told me everything, my blood ran cold. I immediately called Sarah. I needed to know what the hell had happened in that house. The moment I started explaining, her tone changed. At first, she let out a nervous laugh. Then she fell silent. I could hear her breathing on the other end of the line. Heavy, uneven. Then she whispered something that made my hands go numb on the steering wheel. "Please don't tell the school." I hung up without saying another word. The aftermath: that Monday, I got another call from the principal. Ryan had attacked a classmate, scratched his arms, bit him, laughed while doing it. He was expelled immediately. I needed answers. I drove back to their house that evening. But when I arrived, the house was empty, completely abandoned. No furniture, no signs that anyone had ever lived there. Gone. Unanswered questions. Even now, years later, I still don't know the truth. Was Ryan just a deeply disturbed child? Or was Mr. James something else entirely? Something older, something darker, something that's still out there.